you had two things, bro. You was from San Diego, and I think at that time, the only person that people had heard of that had some notoriety was Jail, right? And at that time, it wasn't that many Bloods in the business.
It wasn't no Bloods.
It wasn't no Bloods. You know, you had the DJ Quick
around, but when I first started coming to LA, man, you gotta, man, look, hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
And you was at the time when people was really banging.
Listen on me. I'm gonna tell you one experience, and I don't know if being from Compton to LA, y'all really can understand what this is like, homie. But imagine, I gotta explain to imagine in LA, if a gang like East Coast of the 60s was Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how deep that is in the landscape of, even though it ain't as many niggas to scale, that's kind of how San Diego was. That don't mean that you don't worry about Bloods in LA just because the Crips is deep, or you don't worry about, you know, it ain't that it was so few Crips that, nah, nigga, Crips was active as a motherfucker in San Diego. You ain't safe, nigga, out here too much, but just to be coming from a city like that, and then my first LA trip to LA, the first day I went out to LA to get out and do my shit with Jinx, this nigga take me to that SummerJam where the niggas went.
That was your first experience?
That was my first day in LA.
For those
with the first day I went around LA niggas was at that SummerJam.
And that's
nigga, I never
crazy.
seen.
Is that when they snatched Biggie and them off stage?
No, nigga, that's when it was about 500 Crips, nigga, in one pack, nigga, moving around, nigga.
Yeah, you talking about the,
and they got it, and the FOI had to stand off with them, and they got on the Damu homies, and they ran up on stage, and LL was on stage, and nigga, that's the first day I went to LA. I was like, all right, homie, we gotta recalculate how we move in LA, and I started learning how to move in LA, because at that time, homie, every rap circle, it was basically that hood. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it wasn't like I mean, you had Death Row or whatever, you know what I'm saying, where it was different niggas, but for the most part, if you rap with 8 and them, you in Compton with the Crips. If you rap with Mac 10, you in Inglewood with the Bloods. If you rap with Quick, you would
in Compton with the treetop
So to be a
Pyros.
San Diego nigga and just come to LA, where I'm you know? And so the niggas that kind of opened up their arms to me, homie, was niggas that wasn't really gang members.
Right.
Artists. So that'd be like the Alcoholics.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You always had
Alcoholics. That's how I met Crime and Phil and all them, from being in the arena of niggas that was just about rapping, homie. You know what I mean?
That's what I was gonna say. You had a lot of love, as crazy as it is. You was a gangster rapper, but you had a lot of love from the underground cats.
That's from that. That's from me.
Yeah, because at that time, I think people seem to forget that Exhibit had a whole career before he was with Dre.
Right.
You know, because King T had put him on, and they was just the homies. They was just the rapping niggas. You know what I mean? There wasn't really no gang. You know, the Alcoholics.
They was the crew. They was the crew. Yeah, definitely.
You didn't look at them as gangbangers like that, but when you saw like CMW, you knew them some Crips.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? When you saw Quick in them, you knew them the Pyru homies. And when you saw, you know, whoever else, you knew where they was from. You know the Snoop and them. Snoop was from 20s in Long Beach. You pretty much knew everybody's gang affiliation. But them was the cats, Raz, Kaz, and Exhibit and all them.
Saphir,
them was like
barbershop MCs.
I like to call them the what was my boy swaying, the Wake Up Show cats.
Hey, listen, homie, one of my first trips to LA, these niggas take me to the Wake Up Show. Hey, they got me on the Wake Up Show busting. I don't even know who these niggas is. I'm just thinking we rapping and shit. Nigga, I'm on the Wake Up Show.
But the Wake Up Show was
documented me,
like that.
Mr. Fab. I was so green to the shit, but that's the only place I could get in at the time.
And you had to have some bars up there for Sway and Tech, because they had your ass up there rapping
show.
forever.
Didn't even know it, homie.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes. If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.